So recently, you asked me to be the director of global outreach, and it's a very exciting role. I'm very excited and interested in what HSLDA can do to help bring some of these freedoms to places that don't have it, to maybe, shift the mindset even a little bit with families and countries. And that's not to say that we'll, legalize homeschooling in these countries, or that will, make these leaps and bounds, but perhaps we can encourage homeschooling families that are there. Perhaps we can expand that even a little bit.
So when this opportunity presented itself, I learned something about you that I didn't know when we were interviewing just for the main job. You've had a long time interest in international law.
I have. In fact, the impetus for going to law school was the work of the International Justice Mission, and so we visited them in college in a summer college program. Got to know their work. It was that organization that drove me to pursue law school after I completed at Wheaton College. And so it was this desire for international human rights work. And the Lord didn't open that door, right after law school. And I joined the Air Force, was there for 10 years, as I mentioned, and the Air National Guard. The Lord brought me here. And it's just interesting to see how he has brought that a little bit full circle from that initial, desire, 15 years ago, 18 years ago, to having that opportunity now to do some of that international human rights work with respect to homeschooling. I just find it, the purposes and ways of the Lord are just, they amaze me constantly.
Well, what steps are you taking now? You're just getting started in the international outreach role. What have you learned so far that really excites you?
Yeah, there's a couple things that I've learned that they're exciting. The first is that there's a lot of great people around the globe that are excited about the work in their respective countries. And so just like we talked earlier about kind of the state leaders, they're excited about what they're doing. There's that same level of excitement within these various countries, in Portugal, in France, in Brazil. I mean, just all over the globe, these people they love their countries and they want to see homeschool expand. So I think that's very exciting that it's not an HSLDA top-down driven effort. It's a bottom-up, providing what supportive and assistance we can. The other thing that's exciting and I'm doing is just getting to know these people better. What are they doing? What are their needs? What can we do to help? We can provide a level of resource and continuity and connective tissue for these leaders that they might not otherwise have. And so I think that's very exciting. I think the commitment of HSLDA to the international expansion of homeschool freedom is great, and I think it'll bear great fruit moving forward.